Mr. Hassan Nayeb Hashem is a doctor, he is a member of Südwind, and he will be addressing the role of human rights defenders in the UPR process. Greetings to all of you participants of this gathering and the dear friends who have actually allowed us to get together. I would like to be very brief because I'm sure you have many questions in your mind after hearing my dear colleagues here. A month from now, on the 31st of October, we will, on the 4th of November, we will hear the result of the proposals or the suggestions by the Troika members addressed to the Iranian government. And so, briefly, I would like to say, in the last years, we saw that the government of Republic Islamic of Iran, from the very beginning, they have said they have 22 suggestions. These 22 proposals are actually have been accepted, and they should have actually been able to execute them, and 3 other proposals were accepted on the second round, and the 45 proposals were not accepted from the very beginnings. So 126 proposals were accepted and 62 proposals were not approved or accepted by the Islamic Republic of Iran. And when we look at these proposals that were accepted by the government, what we see is that many of these proposals were actually very general, very interpretable, and very difficult actually to bear, to see the situation of human rights defenders being improved in the past 4 years, and therefore we don't understand how these proposals were accepted but they were not executed or they were not carried out. And so the government itself has interpreted these proposals as they wanted, and unfortunately we do not see anything positive coming out of all of this. This 188 proposals, maybe 3 or 4 of these proposals that were very weak proposals, in fact, were actually executed or were actually done or carried out by the government. The proposals that were not accepted by the government, they're actually proposals who go back to the international conventions that are actually being signed by like CEDAW, for example, and other international conventions that are accepted by the international community in its majority, say. The friends were kind enough to organize an Impact Iran page, and they've tried to put these realities on a graphic way, as you can see. It's very interesting to go back to this site and to the website, and you can see graphically what I am sharing with all of you, because we don't have a lot of time, and I think you can refer to this page for more information. You can see examples of these proposals, what kind of proposals are they, examples of them, and the government's actually doings, or what the government has done. For example, in Brazil, for example, said that we should try to improve the conditions for the Baha'is, and the Islamic Republic of Iran accepted that, but the reality, and we have the Baha'i friends here among us, we can see clearly in this 4.5 years ago, the situation, not only it has not improved, but it's gone worse. Or, for example, the proposal was made by Denmark that efforts should be done to respect the rights of the minorities. And then, well, we go back to Mr. Willeford reports, and we can refer to his reports and actually talk and see where when he talks about the freedom of religion, and we can see from his report what has happened. Some of these proposals are actually very general, very difficult to understand, very interpretable, and some of them were actually accepted by the Islamic Republic of Iran. For example, they say they have required the Iranian government to respect some of the international conventions that they have adhered to, and the government of Iran has responded and said that they are doing their best, or they need a lot of time or effort to go about doing it or responding to that demand from the international community or from the government, from the member states, and basically excuses that were forwarded or was presented by the government of Iran in order to not to follow the requirements of these countries. I can't go into details, but we can see, for example, the situation of the human rights defenders in Iran, and I think it's very important that we offer very concrete examples and very concrete proposals, and require the government to do something about these concrete proposals, because then something will change. As the friends here have said, if we talk generally or we require the Iranian government in a very general way, then we will not see anything that will change. The government has its own has its own way to interpret these requirements and these demands. I know that we don't have a lot of time. We only have 25 minutes for Q&A, and I'm sure you have many questions that you would like to share with us, and I would like to finish my speech here. Thank you very much.